Welcome back to Ask Phill, number 12, I think, in 2018, which when I was young I never thought I'd ever live to see 2018, but here we are, and it's really horrid outside. It's windy, it's wet, it's cold, and I expect your chickens are all complaining and huddling in the corner of their run. Now, obviously, you've got to look after your chickens as per the pre-Christmas little talk. Make sure they have a nice bit of warm food every now and then. Give them a few treats. But most of all, in this type of weather, look out for the mud and the wet and the damp. So, back to the good old wood chip in your runs. Keep it a solid surface so they don't get all clagged up with mud. And something that your chickens do to clean themselves, which is dust bathing, of course, in this weather, is nigh on impossible. So it's time for you to consider constructing a dust bath for them that's usable in the winter as well as the summer, because they get lice and mites in the winter as well as the summer, so give them a chance to clean themselves. Now, a dust bath consists basically of literally that, a bath or tub or box or sheltered area which you can fill with dust. Now, the easiest dust for us to get hold of these days is play sand. Kiddie's play sand, which we sell, also obtainable from most sort of builders merchants or B&Qs or this sort of stuff. It's a nice fine smooth sand that dries out nicely, and what you need to do is mix some diatomaceous earth with it. So when they get in there and they get down and sugly themselves about, give themselves a dust shower, they're also rubbing in the diatomaceous earth for you. Saves you a job. Now, what am I going to put this dust in, you say? In the old days, they used to use ash from the fire, but you do have to be careful to make sure that it cools down enough. But we just use play sand. Now, you can put play sand, like I say, in a box with a cover. We make a sort of box with a cover like that there. You just put a tub of play sand in. It's sheltered, so it stands a chance of being a lot more dry. Play sand in there, chickens get in, away you go. We also sell things like this sheltered nester, which is really ideal because you can put it with the front facing out of the weather, put some play sand in there, and it works exceptionally well. They'll get in there, it keeps it nice and dry, there you go. We have here a Flights of Fancy curved dust bath, which is much bigger, and you just put it with this nice curved back facing the weather, and that'll keep that nice and dry in there. So variations on a theme. People use capped dirt trays, litter trays with the covers. That's also quite a good thing to use. But basically speaking, moral of the story is give them somewhere to dust bath, give them a chance to get themselves clean during the winter when it's muddy and wet. Other than that, keep yourselves warm by the fire, and I'll talk to you when it's a little bit nicer outside. Thank you very much for listening to Ask Phill, first one of 2018. Talk to you again soon. If you've got any questions for Ask Phill, please email in to info@flightsofancy.co.uk. That's flight with a Y. Or you can go on to our Facebook channel, Flights of Fancy Facebook channel, or our YouTube video channel, where all the Ask Phill questions are, and loads more videos from Flights of Fancy. If you're interested in any products that have been featured on our videos, please have a look on our website, which is www.flightsofancy, again with a y.co.uk, and there's lots and lots of information, lots of products, and loads and loads and loads of chicken knowledge that's been garnered over the years. Also, just in case you're not on the internet, I'm not quite sure how you're watching this, but we also do a printed catalogue as well, which is we're just printing this year's now. So thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye bye.